Yep, that's me. You're probably wondering how I got into this situation.
The one whose strength and courage was supernaturally unrivaled, whose loyalty to her people will never be forgotten. I shall tell her story. Helvia, daughter of the war goddess Vorda. She slayed the beast Timorsus, even as the mightiest gladiator was felled, and dragged down to the dark depths of the underworld and challenged my Mornis, god of the dead. She bested his trials, choosing loyalty over love. And finally, when faced with impossible odds, she rallied her people and defeated her nemesis, the powerful warlord Adelar. It was she who secured the fate of the Roman Empire, dying a most heroic death.
I tell you, Timorsus, that I will slay you. You may have bested my bravest gladiators and ravaged the outskirts of Rome, but I tell you this, I will be the one to avenge those good fighters.
Timorsus, that mighty beast, merely sees Helvia as an irksome fly. He turns to Helvia snarling and bounds towards her.
Though she stared death itself in the face, our hero stood her ground. She raised her sword, praying to her mother Forta for victory in battle. She charged forward to meet Timorsus.
She turned to her people, pride in her eyes, sweat on her face, and blood on her arms, and declared her victory over Timorsus when Mortis, god of the underworld, came surging out of the ground.
Helvia, Empress of Rome, I am Mortis, god of the underworld. You have killed my sacred beast, Timorsus. For that you shall suffer eternal punishment.
Darkness and shadow makes up the land Helvia now finds herself in, and there is no way out. Like a trapped bird, Helvia flits to and from different walls in an attempt to escape.
Seconds after I'd earned it. For once in my life, I was treated as more than just a woman. I, wife of the great Emperor Claudius, had just defeated the great terror to my people, the mighty Timorsus. He had ravaged my land, murdered my best gladiators and warriors before I finally defeated him. My people loved me. I was mighty, a revered warrior.
What is your name, warrior?
I am Helvia, daughter of the war goddess Vorda. And who are you? How is it that you are alive, yet this place seems like empty?
I am the daughter of the ruler of this land, god of the underworld, Vortis. I am Nerva. You were an empress?
I was the daughter of a nobleman and married to the emperor when 16 years old. I never truly loved him, but he was a good husband and I was about to be in his care. I tried to give him an heir.
But?
My Philo, my beautiful boy, was lost to illness at only 4 years of age. Having lost my true son, I now consider Rome as my child. There's nothing I wouldn't do for my people. As I stood trembling with fear before Timorsus, the thought of them gave me the strength to fight that beast. And now they are without me.
But you saved them. Why do you fret so?
'Tis not the only monster that has hurt and threatened my people. There are other beasts, whether animal or human, and I am not there to protect them from it.
I can help you return to them. In the past, many heroes have angered my father, and he forced them to stay here as punishment. But I know of a way out. I can help you escape.
I am eternally grateful, Nerva. As long as I live, I shall never be able to repay this debt.
The two women traverse the shadowy maze, Helvia trusting Nerva to lead her.
They wandered for what seemed like ages, and the air of the underworld seemed to pull at their will, their existence. Helvia was on the brink of despair when she finally saw the exit.
Father, I must ask this of you. Please allow Helvia to undergo the trials, so that she may return to her people.
Out of all the heroes I have brought here,
The only one to attract my daughter's attention and gain her favor. Though I cannot pretend to be happy that you killed Timorsis, my favorite beast. I will allow you to undergo trials and prove your worth to me. And because you have gained my daughter's favor, I will make it 2 instead of... 3.
Thank you, my lord. When do we begin?
With the snap of his fingers, Mortis instantly takes Helvia to a small Roman village. However, what normally would have been pleasant countryside is being attacked. Barbarians are destroying the village and slaughtering its people. The smell of smoke surrounds Helvia, and the sound of screaming fills her ears. She looks down to see a sword in her hand. Although she was given no instruction to our hero, there is only one course of action to take.
Within seconds, the screaming stopped coming from the villagers, instead ripping through barbarian throats. Within minutes, every barbarian lay dead, either gutted or beheaded on the blood-soaked ground.
Well done, Helvia. I see how strong your loyalty to your people is. You may now return to Rome, but know this. When you do, your life will not be quite as long.
My lord, I thought there was to be another trial.
Come on, Helvia. Let us return to Rome.
2 women did not have far to walk. Just outside the throne room, there lay a bridge leading straight to the world that Helvia so eagerly wished to return to. Seeing the light, Helvia eagerly advanced towards the bridge, the promise of a second trial vanishing from her mind.
Philo? My son, where are you?
I'm here. Mother, I'm scared. Why are you leaving me again? Don't you miss me? Don't you love me?
My child, of course I love you. Please, reveal yourself that I may see your sweet face again.
You have to stay with me. To see me. I want to see you, Mom. Please, come here.
My child, I cannot. I must return to Rome. My people need me. I shall return soon. I promise. This is the second trial, is it not? Then let us go.
Please don't go, Mommy. Don't leave me here alone.
Though it had felt like mere moments to Helvia, it had been years to her people. With time came conflicts in the Empire, and with conflict came invaders. The warlord Adelar had taken over after killing Helvia's husband, Emperor Claudius. Helvia had never seen Rome so chaotic, so disorganized, so barbaric. It unsettled her, just being surrounded by her former home, now feeling so wrong. She could feel the desire to set things right and save her empire, her people. Rome was about order, law, and organization. This wasn't any of those things. It was hectic, loud, and terrible. The warlord Adelar had commandeered the beautiful Colosseum as his palace, and just the sight of how he had defaced it made Helvia's blood boil.
Who are these women you have brought before me?
She says she's the Empress and wants an audience, my lord.
Leave my presence.
I know you not, but I've returned to question your leadership of my home. I come as wife of the Emperor Claudius and daughter of the war goddess Forta.
And I, Minerva, stand with her as the daughter of Mortis, god of the underworld.
I remember you, Empress. You were at that trial from not long ago. Why you return to your people who you have abandoned?
Time passes differently in the land of the dead.
Would not such an adequate strategist count for such differences?
Express a quarrel that can only be settled on the dueling grounds, Adelar. I will see you gone before the sun has set on your spilled blood.
I will fight you and win. My victory over Rome's Empress will just solidify me as Rome's conqueror. I accept your challenge. What was it? Daughter of Forta?
So be it, scum. You have forced my hand.
And so, one of the most important battles in Roman history, the climax of our hero's story, began. Helvia and the warlord Adelar were evenly matched, but Helvia had Roman discipline and strength on her side. They fought bitterly until the sun hung low in the sky. Nerva assisted where she could, but this was Helvia's battle to fight, and win.
Have I not bested you yet? Would you have me take your life before you finally concede?
While I still have breath, I shall tell you, you are no leader! You weakling scum! You are wrong! Ha!
Helvia! I saved my people, didn't I?
Yes.
And I'll see my son.
Yes, Helvia.
Will you care for my empire after my death?
I'll do my best. Farewell, beautiful Empress. We shall meet yet again.
Even in her last breaths, the Empress Helvia cared deeply for her people. Despite the supernatural powers bestowed upon her, her end was unavoidable. She fought bitterly against both monsters and humans alike to protect her land, and eventually met her match in her nemesis, the warlord Adelar. She fought great beasts, bested the trials of the underworld, and dueled for the safety of her people. She had strength like scores of eagles, of a skill much higher than any of her opponents. And even with her death, I have told her story. Empress Helvia, daughter of the war goddess Forda.
God of the underworld, you have slain my own. I tell you, Timorsis, that I will slay you.
Where are we starting from?
Do you love me?
I'm here, Mother.
Okay.
Go. Go. Go.
What?